Such a beautiful ceiling. It's gorgeous. Well, let's go say good morning to the house. Good morning, house. Well, the drywallers should be back today. See how much they get done. Which brings me to see all this paint and primer, all the supplies, a paint pole, all for free. You know, as soon as we got down here, Lowe's is the only game in town, I guess you want to say. There's no Home Depot or anything. So immediately, Rose jumped on getting a Lowe's credit card. And if you reach a certain limit, you become a pro Lowe's card or something. I don't know how it works. So we gained all kinds of points. And we get 5% to 20% off on certain things. Plus we gain points. So Rose lets the points build up. And you have to use them by a certain time. Well, you don't have to use the points, but you have to move them into your My Lowe's cash or something. So if she does that, she had so much points and so much Lowe's cash that everything you see with Rose's bird feeding, garden, all for free. And the same thing that goes with our paint. I think there's one 5-gallon jug was like $265. Another one was 200 and some odd dollars. The primer was, I don't remember, $70 something dollars. We had probably close to 600 and some odd dollars worth of paint stuff, all free. I have to give Rose credit because I was just planning on using my Discover card because I gained some points, miles or whatever with that, and never thought about opening up a Lowe's Pro account. So when we bought this paint, she knew she had all kinds of Lowe's cash in there. And then, because we're a Pro member now, we've been a Pro member for a while, we spent a lot of money there. You could get an additional 20% off. That guy's truck's loud. You always can tell when he's going to work. But anyways, so if you're a pros, if you have a pros account, they offer 20% off all paint stuff. So additionally, we had all the points, plus we got 20% off. And the same thing goes with our kitchen cabinets. We got 10% off. And then the manufacturer was offering 33% off the kitchen cabinets. They had a promotion that time. That's why we bought our cabinet so early. And then we got a ton of points from that purchase. And same thing with our appliances, same thing with our flooring. We just, by the way, we just ordered our flooring. I believe when it comes to the house, that's our last big purchase, is the flooring. You know, other than furniture. But, yeah. I mean, we got the paint. We got the flooring. We got the kitchen cabinets. Got the appliances. We already paid for half of the countertops. So I think you won't see such big purchases coming out of our account, like crazy. But yeah, that Lowe's works out pretty good for us. They give you a lot of incentive to try to buy, make sure that you buy there. And they're always having some type of special going on for pro accounts that it only makes sense. And big kudos to Rose for doing all that. She does it with grocery shopping too. She gets memberships at all these places, and she'll come home and say, see this bag? And it's full of food. And she goes, all free. She's a keeper. So I'm going to call for my gas inspection tomorrow. And hopefully the drywallers will be done. Just in case the inspector needs to go into the house. I think he's going to have to go underneath the crawl space, or underneath the crawl space, in the crawl space. So I'll get that done in the next couple of days. But my job today is to get a trench from here to there. I could have had it done last week, but the last utility company was the electrical company that finally came out and marked their electrical line or power line or whatever, because you can't dig until you get all that stuff marked out. Gas company was the very first one, and then our fiber company, and then finally the power line, and I have to worry about my water line. Even though they're all the same flags, I asked the power company if I could have some flags, because I knew it was going to rain and I didn't want my paint lines to disappear. So I get a little Kubota time today. It's going to be a little bit nerve-wracking because that fiber line is really shallow. The gas line is shallow. The power line is pretty deep. But as I get closer to this other gully over here, I know my water line is not that deep. So it's going to be touch and go today. A nail biter. So we got a huge response of what to do in front of our house here. We got text messages, comments. I mean, it just, a lot of people chimed in. And got a lot of different ways of doing this. Rose doesn't want to talk about it just yet. She goes, what's this wait? Here's some of the suggestions that we got. But each one has its own little challenges. So my brother Craig brought up about, if I understood this right, he actually drew up a piece of paper and sent it to me, like a drawing, is to come out at this corner and do like a round wall and then come down. And then we could fill like that with some planters, some bushes or something like that. If we did something like that, it would take up our driveway, and our leach field is right here. So pushing this over would be a little bit challenging. And then I think it would eliminate putting a railing up here. So that was one. And by the way, all the comments and all the text messages were all about getting rid of the trees. That's what Rose has to think about. They're going. Shh. They're going. I'll tell you. A lot of people said about me putting a retaining wall right at this corner and filling this all in. I'm trying to do this the most cost-effective way and to save me some back-breaking work. No matter what the case is, I think I could take the mini excavator and pull this stairs out and pull this walkway up. there is a cut line right here with the walkway. If that would break right there, and if I could get this out to the back of the house, so where my stairs come down, you know, if I could get a saw and cut this thing square, I can use it as a landing for my back stairs. That's just a thought. Doubt it's gonna happen, but anyways. So my buddy Darren and his wife Wendy had probably the best idea, but there's a few problems with that. They were suggesting that we, you know, we'll raise the grading all the way up, you know, so there's one step coming up. And then as you come over here, you taper it down towards the driveway. And then make the walkway coming up and making that as the front door. You see in a lot of houses, like you'll see their walkway coming from their driveway and you got to walk up their front yard and go to the front door. It'll make it a nice, easy walkway if I did it that way. Rose wants that as the front door, which this is the plan from the get-go, was this is going to be the front door. Because it's the mud room, people can take their shoes off or wipe their feet and then come through the breezeway and then come into the house. And I said, babe, I said, they can do the same thing over here. You know, they can come up the walkway and walk through this door. Then she said, well, I'm going to be parking the car over here, and then I got to walk all the way in here with the groceries. But that's not the biggest problem. The biggest problem is that there was going to be like a screened wall going between this post and that post with a door. And this was all going to be screened in. We can still do that, but that means there'd be another screen door here. And I was saying to Rose, I said, if you're coming up your path and you're walking up, that step's going to be, you know, 7 or 8 inches. As soon as you put your foot up, you'll be hitting the door. So while you have one foot on the top step, you'd be pushing the screen door open at the same time. Because this wall, this is going to be screened right here. So it's like, I think that would be awkward. So I was thinking, why don't we leave all this open and only screen the last part and make this our little sitting area for outside. Rose doesn't like the idea because she wants to leave that door open. And of course we don't want bugs coming in the house. So then I thought, why don't we put the screen here and still have the screen door? And she's like, if you're coming up the driveway and you only see half the front porch screened, it's going to look funny. She still wants the screen door there and nothing here. I mean, no door here. But if we put the door here, the screen door here, she says I have to come up, walk over through another screen door and then into the mud room, which is another door, go into the mud room and then go through another door. Because she does not want to make this the front entrance. What a crazy decision. And then the other issue, if we, you know, bring this up the grade and slope it down here and put the walk path over to that door, that means this here would have to be a railing and this would have to be a railing. So when you looking at the house, you would have a railing here and there and nowhere else, because this would be too high. They'll never pass it for inspection if I started sloping it down here. I mean, really, to make the walkway comfortable, I really should have to start sloping it from here down, and this is just going to be too high, so then I would have to put a railing here and a railing there. Or am I making a mountain out of a molehill? You know, Rose says this, let's just worry about it later. Once we get the house finished. And I'm telling her, I'm like, we won't be able to get our certificate to move in until everything's done, because the only way I can pull it off is if I put like a 2x4 temporary railing going down the stairs and put some type of temporary railing over on the other side, and then deal with this at a later date. And I guess Rose said that we might be able to keep the mini excavator for a couple more months. So that will buy us some time to get, I think it's going to be pushing it, because I think it's still going to take us at least a month and a half, 2 months, just to get the inside finished. I could be wrong, but she's saying maybe a couple more months with the excavator, and then that kind of puts me on a big hold on my bigger plan, the bigger plan that I have for this property. And it's such a fun plan, but it's going to take a lot of excavating work to make it happen. Like, for a lot of work, you know, it's something that you can't rent an excavator for just a week. It's going to be a lot of work, and stop, and then more work, and stop. It's a fun idea. A fun plan. Rose is excited for it. I'm excited for it. It's going to be a fun life if we pull it off. So everything's going on in my mind. That's why I didn't sleep a wink last night. Not a single minute last night. Thinking about, I have priorities to get this done. But then the house is calling me saying, hey, we need to get into a house. I can't even tell you how many times Rose and I talk about our first night inside the house. Like, our first real night. You know, going to bed, sitting around in the living room, kitchen area, and shutting everything off, and heading into the bedroom, and waking up, and get to have my coffee, and we talk about it all the time. All right, let me get set up here and see if I don't cause an explosion today, or electrify myself, or kill the internet. But I'm looking forward to being back in the excavator. I call it a tractor all the time, but I'm so excited for today. Got a project that has to be done. I can't put it off any longer. All right. Plus, the drywallers are here, and I can't work inside anyways. I almost forgot. I loaded up a bunch of household trash and some drywall, some lumber. I gotta bring to the transfer station. Rose just reminded me. I was ready to get started. I don't like doing it at the end of the day. And I forget a lot. Here I go. Gotta get down there and get back. Let's see how the lake is doing today. Looks a little breezy out there. happy Father's Day to everyone. I know I'm late. Hope everybody had a great day. Rose and I cleaned up around the house all the scraps, pieces of paper from drywall and junk, and we cleaned that up and loaded the truck up for my dump run this morning. And then we went to a tiki bar that's like 5 minutes from our house. Had a burger, some sweet iced tea. Actually, I asked for unsweetened tea, and she's like, "You're not from around here." How do you say that you're not from around here? By asking for non-sweetened tea. Anyways, we went there for a burger and water because they don't have unsweetened tea. And we went back to our camper, and it took another 2-hour nap. Crazy. Actually, it was like a 3-hour nap. I think I was tired again yesterday. And then I forgot about this morning. We have the drywallers coming, and I have the spray foam company coming back to fix some stuff down in the crawl space. They left a mess down there, and I believe I told you guys they spray foamed my condensate pump to the wall. I could take care of that stuff, but I spent a lot of money. That was the biggest chunk of money. So they're coming back today, and then we got Lowe's coming today to pick up all the excess extra drywall that we didn't use. I think there was 18 sheets or 20 sheets of 4 by 12 foot drywall sheets, and some corner bead, and a couple buckets of mud. So it's gonna be a busy day today. Making sure nobody's in each other's way, because I know the drywall guys, I don't know when the spray foam guys could be there at the house now, who knows, but drywall guys, truck, and spray foam truck, and Lowe's truck coming, so I might have to direct traffic. Alright, we'll be head back to the homestead. Alrighty, let's see what kind of trouble I can get myself into. I have to admit, I'm a little bit nervous.
pull into your driveway, it's a Saturday night.
My thoughts is to push the dirt back down into the gullies to kind of raise it, because the gully's so deep. And if I raise the gully up a little bit, maybe the water would be up there, so it'd be enough to come down this little trench I'm doing. But I'm running into tree roots. This tree might have to go. Dirt down there further. So I got a lot of dirt going back in this hole, so I got to smooth it out further and further back into the gully. See if I can rip this tree out. I got it. Now I just put it in the path that I'm going. Get over there, you little bugger. I don't think my plan's even gonna work.
I pull into your driveway, it's a Saturday night. You look like $1,000,000 wearing that dress I like. You're smiling, but there's something missing in your eyes. Girl, I can tell that you have something on your mind. But I will make you forget all your sorrows. Let go like there's no tomorrow. Let's have a drink, just relax, all your problems will fade. If you're ready for a good time, count on me. There's a party in the backyard, dance your problems away. I'm all about the good vibes, and we're all about the good vibes. Do you know how much I love you? Wanna see you smile. Where's that happy girl that I know with a heart on fire? I'll do anything to make it fine, but I can tell that you have something on your mind right now. But I will make you forget all your sorrows. Let go like there's no tomorrow. Let's have a drink, just relax, all your problems will fade. If you're ready for a good
GoPro just shut off because it was too hot.
there's a party in the backyard, about the good vibes. I know you're all about the good vibes. Let's have a drink, just relax. All your problems will fade. If you're ready for a good time, count on me. There's a party in the backyard, dance your problems away. I'm all about the good vibes. I know you're all about the good vibes. We are all about the good vibes. We are all about the good times. Dance until it feels alright.
Well, it's not very flat and even, but I want to push the dirt in here. So when it does fill up, it'll reach this and then come down here. And I just gotta clean out this this drain pipe didn't work, so I gotta pull that out of there. But pull these rocks out of here and clean up this here, and then it just falls right off. So I should be able to see if this works. So this dirt here, like I was saying, I'm gonna push. See if I can push it up into here, and then push it with the bucket back further. And same with that pile. Okay, so I got this area cleaned up. My GoPro overheated again. I had a hard time getting the battery out of it. I think the battery was ready to explode. So I just pushed some dirt into this gully here, and I buried my ditch here. After it just took a delicate time to get past this fiber cable and the gas line. Now I gotta dig it back out. But I had this pipe when I originally ran the pipe down this way, and it didn't work. Water just ran right over it. So I cut it off, thinking that I might be able to use it in here. You know, if I lay it in there and then maybe put some crushed stone on top of it, but keep the crushed stone below the actual ground, so the water would fall into the hole. Maybe. I gotta dig this out and push that in there. Then I gotta push this whole pile up in here. All day project. I think I hit something. This could be the wires that they had on top of the gas line, maybe. That's definitely not the fiber. Yep. Still don't know what that wire is for, but worked all day for nothing. I got it started. I'll still plug away at it tomorrow. The drywallers will be back tomorrow, I think, to put their last coat of mud on. And I'm just gonna come out here in the morning, try to clean up this ditch. Not too sure if I should use that pipe or not. I do have a bunch of stone. I just have to go around and gather it up and throw it in this ditch and see if that might help with the water instead of throwing that pipe in there. Or I can use the pipe in the rocks, I guess. Or bring some crushed stone in. Alright. This is going to be a long video. Well, thanks for coming along. I guess I'll see you guys here when I'm back at this again. Alright. Thanks for watching.